I'm going to solve these two equations by factoring. The first step to factoring is to set the equation equal to 0, which means on this first problem here, I want to move this negative 8 over to the left side. To do that, I'm just going to add 8 to both sides of the equation, giving me with x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Now that it is set equal to 0, I'm going to factor the left-hand side. I need two numbers that multiply to 3, add to negative 4, and those two numbers are negative 3 and negative 1, and I'm going to use those numbers to write the left-hand side now into factored form. The very last thing to do then is to ask myself, well, what is the value that I would plug in for x here into the first factor to make that first factor 0? Well, that would be a 3. Then I repeat the question for the second factor. What is going to make the second factor equal to 0? It's if I plug in a 1. Those are going to be your two solutions for the first problem. Repeating the same steps over here on number 2. My first step is to move the 10 over to the left-hand side. Here, I'm going to accomplish that by subtracting 10 from both sides, leaving me with n squared minus 5n minus 24 equals 0. Factoring the left-hand side, I need two numbers that multiply to negative 24 but add to negative 5. Those two numbers are negative 8 and positive 3. Writing the left-hand side then into factored form is n minus 8 times n plus 3. And the two quantities that I would plug in for n to make those two factors 0 are 8 and negative 3 respectively. Those are my two solutions to number